We are back with another episode. Nothing has changed. Everything's all normal business here. There's been an unfortunate, everyone knows that this problem's been going on, the studiolessness of all the podcasters in all of the United States.
Pardon me, it's unstudioed.
Oh, sorry, pardon me. Unstudioed.
We're unstudioed.
Those who are unstudioed.
Yeah.
It's kind of a big deal. It's an epidemic, and honestly, more people need to be talking about it. So I just need to shout out to Biden. Okay, we really need you to bring this to national attention. There's more important things, okay, than the Middle East and Ukraine and Russia. Okay, we have no studio.
Yep. Studio is just Mother Nature at this point.
Yeah. Well, this is just green screen, hopefully. The wind you hear is all added effects. The car horns you hear, again, it's just special effects Kenny's been working on. He's been spiced.
Kenny has been working his tail off.
Yeah. But we are not going to let the lack of studio prevent us from bringing you and us the alcohol. So before we get into it, who are we drinking with? We got Ryan.
Ooh, baby. Cool as a cat over here.
Yeah. Really mild temperatured, outside.
Yeah.
Not hot, not too cold.
Yeah.
We got Rick.
Yep. Studios.
Studio-less. And you got me, Austin. And boys, what do we got? Looks like we got something a little hard to get.
We got something special over here.
Yeah,
We got a little unicorn for you.
Yeah, a little bit. So it's the Weller single barrel. And we won a lottery, the right to purchase it. So we did get it for MSRP at what was about $55. I think
$60.
$60. Yeah. So I think MSRP lists at $50.55. So there might have been a little markup, but we had never had it before, single barrel. So it's a wheated bourbon, undisclosed mash bill, at least 4 years old. It's Buffalo Trace product, obviously coveted. And just before we came on air, double checked, honestly, I was a bit surprised. I know it's hard to get. That's why I won it in the lottery. But it's going, just tons and tons of $699 online for this bottle.
Wow.
Which sorry, I think people know me well enough that I'm not doing that. But we didn't have to. We paid $60. So we're going to give it a taste for you and see what's up.
All right.
$700? $600?
This better be some amazing juice here.
Have you had anything that you'd say is worth that much money?
I think the Weller Full Proof is really no. I've never drank anything that is going to be worth that much money. But to each their own, right? That's what Rick says, at least.
To each their own, absolutely. So we're gonna give it a go. And also we cracked it a week ago, and I don't think, Austin, you've had a sip of it, but Ryan and I have. And so we have that experience to go on, but obviously we're sniffing, nosing it at the moment and seeing what happens.
I definitely.
What's the proof?
97. It's a 97 proof.
Yep.
Definitely got some pollen on the nose.
Some heavy pollen.
Some histamines.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what's interesting? So it still smells like a Weller product, but it's a lot less of that kind of super sweet, thick, like ice creamy note that you get on a lot of the Buffalo Trace stuff.
Yeah, I agree. It's distinct in it's not like normal Weller.
It's more appley.
I'm getting a heavy apple on it, and when I say apple, more sort of like fresh or acidic apple, not, you know what I mean, not mellowed apple or anything like that. Almost florally apple.
Yeah, definitely an apple note. That yeast strain still comes through a little bit.
Yeah. But I find this to be actually a really nice and pleasant nose.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
This is weeded like all of them are.
Yeah.
And it comes through. It's really sweet on the nose, but I'd say kind of balanced. It's not overly sweet. But let's, I guess, see what it tastes like.
Yeah, what's the taste? Did you taste it already, Ryan?
Just had first seep. What's
the proof of this, bad boy?
97.
97, huh?
So, okay. Here's my hot take.
Hit
Hot
me.
take? You've only had one sip?
Yeah. Plus when we tried it last week.
Yeah.
I think this is one of the better Wellers by far. Like, I would maybe have to put this against the Foolproof because I think the Foolproof was my favorite before. But I might like this the best out of the Weller lineup.
Not the BTAC, the Big Daddy Weller.
Well, yeah, no, the super expensive, hard to find one.
Poor man's Weller
is better. But yeah, regular Weller. I think this might be my favorite so far.
This has a really nice wood note to it
It's definitely got some oak on it for sure.
that I think is balancing out that that weeded sweetness that it usually comes with. I would agree that of the Wellers I've had, I'm liking this a lot. And I'm actually, so this is recency bias, but last night I drank some E.H. Taylor small batch, and it was with a cigar, but the sweetness is very much reminding me of the E.H. Taylor. Obviously, it's the same family, but this is weeded. But does carry the same, a little heaviness that the Buffalo Trace products do bring.
But to me, it doesn't seem like as much.
It's balanced out.
Yeah, I feel like it's not overly sweet. So actually, if you're a really big Buffalo Trace fan, this one's a little more away from the rest of the family to me, which is probably why I like it better. But if you're a huge like Blanton's, E.H. Taylor, Weller Special Reserve fan, then you might not actually like this as much.
Yeah. I think the bottle also the color works well. The blue of the other ones and what
Black for 12 year.
Yeah.
Blue
This
for
looks
full.
classy and a little bit more higher class just because of the golden. Hold on, let me take my sunglasses off here. Yeah. It's yellowish and golden brown.
Yeah, the orange label.
Yeah.
That's funny. I have the opposite opinion.
Oh, really?
I actually don't like the orange.
Oh, interesting.
But that's just me.
Okay.
So yeah, I think so. I like this, but I could be completely wrong. But because this is single barrel, I think I'm starting to figure out light bulb that they they blend their other stuff. I mean, different barrels are blended, dumped and stuff.
Yeah,
and I think they achieve a closer to their profile.
Mm-hmm.
This is their profile, but off
Yeah.
in to me in a good way. But it's single barrel, so there's not a massive barrel dump. It's just this barrel.
I really like the later palate on my tongue where it's like a vanilla bean. Which it keeps the ice cream note, which I always have with a lot of Buffalo Trace stuff, but it's very much vanilla bean for me, and not super heavy on like the creaminess.
Yeah, and that's for me. That's what I like is it's not super creamy, and that apple note kind of comes through on the palate too, and it's almost like there's a little bit of acidity with that note that kind of cuts through the sweetness.
There is. To me, it's apple, a little acidity with it. The oak comes through, and I'm picking up just a little hint of cinnamon with that apple, but it's still acidic, so not that sort of rounded sweet. Typical, I mean, there's sweetness, but not the typical Buffalo Trace profile.
I was fully prepared to come into this episode and just dump on this.
Yeah.
But in the context of the Buffalo Trace family, I think this one actually does really well in how it stacks up to everything else.
What was MSRP?
50, 55,
oh,
55.
Okay. When you add that in there, that's crazy that it's going for $700 on the secondary market.
Please don't buy it for that.
That
much
just
money.
doesn't make any sense. This as a 50 to 60.
This is serviceable,
for
sure.
I mean, I would say this is like a step above Eagle Rare, which I would say Eagle Rare is the best value, one of the best value whiskeys, period. But also in the Buffalo Trace lineup, I mean, it is the best value.
Pound for pound, baby.
This,
pound for pound
if you can get it for MSRP, I think this is now moving into the next step and saying the Weller, at least in weeded whiskey, the Weller single barrel is pretty darn good.
Although, I mean, yes, I agree with everything you've said, but like we had to win the opportunity for this in a lottery.
Which
so
is
you know
ridiculous.
what? You know what I wouldn't mind? We're not going to right now. I wouldn't mind. I'm not saying it's the same profile, but let me get my Maker's Mark cast strength.
Yeah.
For $40 or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh,
At
obviously
100
that's
at
better
109
than
proof.
this, I think.
At 109 proof.
It would be interesting to do a blind on that.
It
You know,
would.
so
It
I
would.
just to kind of push back on that. I think the cast strength is sure it's going to be a better value if you just want like that proof and everything. But if you want to explore more flavor and kind of dance around your tongue a little bit, this is going to be a little bit more complex and bring some, in my opinion, a little bit more interesting flavors.
I don't disagree. But
You're never going to find this.
yeah, or $699 versus Maker's
Yeah,
Mark
no
cast
way.
strength, or even
Yeah.
Maker's Mark 101 or 100,
Yeah.
whatever that is.
If I'm spending that much money ever on a whiskey, it's going to be Scotch, hands down, and it's going to be like some crazy,
They
high-
found this in
high-
a cove,
yeah,
like in a Lefroy little cave somewhere. or
yeah.
something.
It's got to be
If
something.
you're
crazy.
spending $700 on a bottle of whiskey, I'm coming to you for a loan.
Yeah.
This
well,
is good.
Once Big Studio gives our studio back, maybe we can start talking about that.
Once the sponsors kick in.
yeah, once our our audience starts, I don't know, giving us money, okay? Because we do it for you, you know.
I could get in a full body cast
Yeah.
and do the commercial.
There we go.
Yeah.
We need to get the some
A neck brace.
neck brace.
Just
and-
holding a Glencairn.
Yeah. Help us, please.
Wow.
All right. Well, do you guys got anything else to say? Let's wrap this bad boy up.
Better than I expected.
Yeah.
Not worth the hassle. Wouldn't worry about it too much if you don't have one.
Yeah.
Yep.
But if you get one for on the
MSRP,
reel,
yeah, certainly
worth the
pick
money.
it up. Yeah.
Sure.
All right, folks. There you
Bing,
have
bang,
it.
boom.
I hope you like our CGI setup. This is going to be, this is moving forward. We now live in the studio with green screen.
Yeah. Dude.
We totally were not kicked out of our other studio. Everything's fine. Everything is perfectly fine.
Dude, Kenny CG to B right over here.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
crazy.
We got all kinds
I
of.
don't know why the public library kicked
Yeah.
us out of the other studio.
You like the episode because look at us. Look what we've come to.
Look what we're
folks.
willing to do for you.
Exactly.
Yes.
I'm getting sunburnt right now.
In that CG sun.
Comment. Let us know what are we drinking next. All right, we need your help.
What's your favorite Weller?
What's your favorite Weller? That's a good question because this is interesting. If you picked this one up recently, maybe some of you were able to pick one up. What's your favorite Weller? We have some strong thoughts on some of the other ones. Let us know. In the
Yeah, I think we have
comments.
all of them too.
Yeah.
Except for the white label.
All of the
the
except
white
for the
label.
yeah,
The CYB or whatever.
the one
that-
where
Yeah.
And the next thing to do is subscribe because where are we going, folks? What is going to happen? Where are we going to be next? Maybe we'll be in a town near you, in your backyard.
we're taking this on the road.
Yeah, now we're taking it on the road. Well, what's nice
'Cause
about
we
being
have to.
studio list is you just-
Unstudioed.
sorry guys.
That's not
Unstudioed.
PC.
We're free. We're free birds. We can go anywhere we want. We have a van now, and we're just on the road.
little Leonard Skinner
Yep.
free birds.
Yeah, little Leonard Skinner.
All right, folks, take it easy.